Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 4. Today we're going to be looking at identifying equivalent fractions and decimals. We're moving on now from basic place value and looking at some slightly different bits and pieces. So, what is shown by the representation below? We can see we have a number line. We start at 0 and we move to 1 with decimals in between of 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 and so on. Express it as a fraction and as a decimal. So the decimal's nice and easy. I can see that it's 0.1. It has the decimal point. What you have to then ask yourself is, what would that be as a fraction? Well, how many gaps are there between 0 and 1? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are 10 gaps. Let's get my pen. There are 10 gaps. Apologies, won't be a second. Doesn't seem to want to work today. Okay, won't be using the pen today. There are 10 gaps. We are 1 along, so we are 1 out of 10. Therefore, it is 1/10, like so. On to the next. This time we have it in a slightly different way. We have 0.1 and we repeat over and over again. So we look at it as a decimal, then we look at it as a fraction. So we have 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6 and 0.7. So we have 0.7 in total. Now 0.1 was 1/10, so 0.7 will be how many tenths? 7/10. Again, same thing. We have 0.2. 0.7 was 7/10, so 0.2 will be 2/10. Which we can simplify. Now, simplify is where we make the fraction into its smallest possible form. The 2 divides by 2 to make 1, and the 10 also divides by 2 to make 5. So 2/10 is the same as 1/5 or 1/5. Have a go at this one and think about, can it simplify? So we have 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 0.6, which would be 6/10. I can divide 6/10 to make 3/5. Okay, activity 1. Both groups, please. Have a go at this. I want it represented as a decimal and as a fraction in its simplest form. So find the fraction and then see if you can simplify it. Pause the video now. So we should have had 6/10 and 0.6, and 6/10 can simplify to make 3/5. Okay, next one. What is shown by the representation? Express it as a fraction over 100 this time, a simplified fraction, and as a decimal. So this time we have a grid with 100 squares in it. How many of them are shaded? Well, I can see that 50 of them are shaded. So it would be 50 over 100, which would simplify to 1/2 because half of the square is shaded. This time I have 25 shaded, or by looking at it I can see that that is 1/4 that has been shaded, which is the same as 0.25. Have a go at this one. So I had 15 over 100, which I can simplify because I can divide by 5 to make it 3/20, and the decimal is 0.15. Okay, activity 2, both groups please. Can you complete the grid below? Off you go. And here are your answers. A word problem now. 2 friends are eating an ice cream sundae. One of the friends eats 0.15 of the sundae. The other eats 0.25 of the sundae. What fraction of the sundae do they still have left to eat? Explain your answer. We're going to try and get the pen to working. Come on. Come on. Stupid thing. See, it's like a normal lesson, everyone. It all goes wrong like normal. Does any of this work? No? Okay, fine. Right. You need to imagine that I'm drawing on the screen now. So, oh, now the mouse disappeared. Here we go. So, 0.15, I add that to 0.25. 0.25 add 0.15 is 0.40, which is the same as 40 over 100. Now that means I have 60 over 100 left, which can simplify to 6 over 10, which can simplify to 3 over 5. Oh, as if by magic. Here we go. Okay, similar to the last one then. This is aimed at my group, but Mrs. Wilson's group, as always, you're more welcome to have a go. Have a go at completing this word problem. Okay, answer coming up on the screen. And moving on. Your final activities today, again, mainly aimed at my group, but anyone is welcome to have a go. One of these doesn't belong. Which one is it, and why? You should have had E doesn't belong because it shows 3/5, which is equivalent to 6/10, whereas all the other representations show 4/10, including F as 2 lots of 2/10 is 4/10. Okay, everyone, sorry about the bit of a nightmare with the pen. I'll see if I can get that working for next time. Thank you very much. Keep up the hard work. Those of you that are doing it, really fantastic, and there will be some prizes for when we get back, those of you that show me all your hard work. Thank you very much. Keep it up. Bye.